Have you ever looked at someone and felt with every fiber of your being that they want you, not just in passing, not just as a fleeting thought, but with an intensity that shakes the ground beneath you? That fierce, undeniable hunger, it's something deeper than words, louder than promises, and more honest than any act. I want to start with a story. A story about a woman I once knew. Not famous, not perfect, but real. She carried a quiet storm inside her, one that spoke louder than any words she ever said. She wasn't the type to chase or plead. No, her desire was silent but palpable, like the tension before a thunderstorm. And it was in her subtle actions, her choices, and her unwavering gaze that the truth of her wanting me badly was revealed. This story is not about romance alone. It's about recognizing the profound signals of desire, not just physical, but emotional, spiritual, and raw. Today, I want to take you on a journey through 5 signs that reveal when she wants you badly. But beyond just understanding these signs, I want you to feel empowered by them, to see them as lessons about connection, courage, and the magnetic pull between souls. This is about awakening your awareness, sharpening your intuition, and preparing your heart to receive what's meant for you. Ti puro parsansi. Bar so towards, there's something sacred about presence. It doesn't come with fanfare or fireworks. It doesn't scream for attention or demand recognition. True presence, the kind that speaks volumes without uttering a word, is quiet, intentional, and deeply powerful. And when a woman wants you badly, you'll feel it not in what she says, but in how she shows up for you again and again. Pay and ask. That right there is where the truth of desire lies. We often confuse desire with loud gestures, with passionate declarations, grand romantic efforts, or social media confessions. But desire isn't always dramatic. In fact, when it's real, it's rooted in something far more subtle and meaningful. It's in the way she makes space for you in her world. Not because she has to, not because she's supposed to, but because she wants to. And wanting someone truly wanting them means showing up for them with consistency, sincerity, and heart. Presence is a love language. It says you matter to me without needing a single word. It's in the way she checks in when she knows you're struggling, even when her day is falling apart. It's the way she makes time to see you, not because the schedule is open, but because you are the priority. It's when she remembers the little things. Your favorite song, the look you had on your face when you told her about your past, the way your voice changes when you're unsure. She sees you, she doesn't overlook or rush past your existence. She slows down and chooses to stay. Think about the noise in our world today. We live in a time where distractions are constant, where attention spans are shorter than ever. Everyone's busy, everyone's chasing something. So when a woman chooses to pause, to be fully present with you, that's not just affection, that's alignment. That's her saying, among all the noise, I see you as my peace. And here's what's even more beautiful. Presence is not always physical. Sometimes it's emotional. It's the way she makes you feel heard even when you don't know how to explain what's on your mind. It's her ability to hold space for your silence, your anger, your confusion, without trying to fix it or walk away. She's just there. And in being there, she's giving you something rare. Her presence becomes your safe place. Her presence says, I don't need you to be perfect. I just need you to know I'm here. That kind of presence takes strength. It takes emotional maturity. It takes a deep level of wanting. Because showing up for someone, truly showing up, means you're willing to let your guard down. You're willing to be inconvenienced, to sacrifice, to prioritize. When a woman shows up for you, especially in the hard times, she's saying, I see the parts of you that are messy, broken, and unsure, and I'm still here. I still want you. I want you to take a moment and reflect who in your life offers you their presence, not out of obligation, but out of love. Who doesn't run when things get hard? Who doesn't need to be asked, begged, or reminded? Because their desire for you is louder than your doubts. It's easy to be around someone when everything is fun, new, and exciting. But presence shows its true face when life gets difficult. When you're quiet, angry, lost, and she still finds her way to you. That's when you know. That's when the truth of her heart reveals itself. Because the people who want you casually will only show up when it's easy. But the ones who want you deeply, they'll stand by you when it's anything but. There's a quote that says, don't tell me you love me. Show me you won't leave. And in the simplest way, that is what presence does. It doesn't rely on promises. It relies on action. It's not about grand gestures. It's about the consistent, small ones that build trust over time. When she's present, emotionally available, mentally engaged, and physically invested, she's sending you the clearest message that I want you here with me. Presence is the bridge between wanting and choosing. And when she crosses that bridge day after day, moment after moment, what she's really doing is choosing you over her fears, over her past, over her comfort. She's showing up because there's something about you that pulls her in, that makes her stay. That quiet pull, that's not coincidence. That's desire stripped of ego, rooted in something real. So don't overlook the quiet power of her presence. Don't dismiss it because it's not loud or flashy. Pay attention to how she holds space for you, how she tunes into your emotional world, how she never seems too busy to care. These aren't accidents. They are deliberate acts of connection, of longing, of choosing you. In a world where so many people are busy chasing validation and attention, presence is the realest flex. It's rare, it's raw, and if you feel it from her, hold it close. Because it's one of the deepest signs she wants you badly. And not just for now, but feel there's a sacred kind of beauty and vulnerability, the kind that doesn't come wrapped in perfection, but rather in the messy, unfiltered parts of who we are. And when a woman wants you badly, really wants you, she doesn't just offer you her laughter or her smile. She offers you something much more valuable. She offers you her truth. Desire isn't just the fire of passion or the pull of attraction. Real desire, lasting, soul-deep desire is rooted in trust, and trust begins where the walls come down. It begins in the space where she chooses to show you the pieces of herself that she usually hides from the world. Her pain, her doubts, her past, her dreams that scare her, her ones that still ache. To let someone into that space is an act of courage. It's saying, I want you enough to risk being seen in my most fragile form. That's what makes vulnerability one of the purest and most powerful signs that she wants you badly. Not because she's weak, but because she is strong enough to let you see her fully, not just the polished surface. When a woman reveals her vulnerabilities to you, she is offering you something sacred. Think about that. She's not just telling you stories, she's giving you her history, her heart, and her hidden truths. The things she's carried in silence. The things she's whispered only to herself. And in that moment, she's not just opening up, she's saying, I trust you to hold this without breaking it. I trust you with me. But here's the thing, vulnerability doesn't always scream. Sometimes it barely whispers. It might look like a hesitation in her voice when she speaks about her past, or the way her eyes shift when she talks about something that hurt her. It could be a tear she wipes away before you even see it, or a deep sigh in the middle of a story. These moments may be small, but they are monumental. They are moments of truth. Are you paying attention to them? Because vulnerability isn't always loud, it's often subtle. And if you're not listening with your heart, you'll miss it. You'll miss the moment she needed you to stay silent and just be there. You'll miss the depth behind her confession, the fear behind her honesty, and the hope behind her sharing. To see her vulnerability, you have to be present. You have to be patient. You have to be safe. Ask yourself, have you created that space for her? Have you shown her that her truth will be met not with judgment or analysis, but with grace? Have you listened without fixing, without interrupting, without trying to minimize her experience? Because if she's opening up to you, if she's letting you in, it means she feels something deeper than attraction. She feels seen, she feels safe. And that's no accident. That's the result of something real growing between you. Understand this, when a woman wants you casually, she keeps her armor on. She stays polished, guarded, and careful. But when she wants you badly, the armor comes off. She lets the cracks show. And not because she needs saving, but because she wants connection. She wants you to know her. Not just the curated parts, but the whole story, and that's not easy. Revealing vulnerability is one of the most intimate things a person can do. It means risking rejection, risking judgment, risking that her story might be too much or her truth too heavy. But she does it anyway. Why? Because she's hoping you'll stay. Because she wants you to see her, not just the surface, but the soul. That's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of deep desire and even deeper trust. So the next time she opens up, don't rush to respond. Just be with her, hold the silence, let her words breathe. Look into her eyes and see the bravery it took to share that piece of herself with you. Know that in that moment, she is not just talking, she is offering you a key to her heart. And she's doing it because she wants you in it. There's nothing casual about that. When a woman wants you badly, she will risk being vulnerable with you. Not because it's comfortable, but because you've shown her that it's worth it, that you're worth it. And in this world where so many hide behind filters, facades, and fear, someone who shows you their unfiltered truth is giving you one of the most powerful gifts of all. So don't take her vulnerability lightly. Don't treat it like something ordinary. It's rare, it's raw, it's real. And above all, it's a sign that you're not just someone in her life. You're someone she wants to keep in her heart. For her to trust you with her pain, her dreams, her darkness, and her light. That's the kind of desire that doesn't fade. That's the kind of connection that transforms everything. Hold it carefully. Because when a woman shows you her truth, she's really saying, I want you to stay. One of the most misunderstood signs of deep desire isn't soft. It isn't gentle or easy to accept. It doesn't always feel warm in the moment. But when a woman wants you badly, truly wants you, she will challenge you, not to break you, not to control you, but to build you, to awaken the strength, discipline, courage, and purpose inside of you. She sees what you can't always see. And because she wants you deeply, she won't let you play small. She won't let you shrink in the face of fear. She'll push, sometimes softly, sometimes hard, but always with a fierce kind of love. Desire at its highest level isn't about comfort, it's about evolution. And the woman who wants you for real will not settle for watching you stand still. She knows your spirit. She sees your untapped power. She listens to your words and hears the gap between what you say and what you're truly capable of. And when she challenges you, when she looks you in the eye and says, you're better than this, she's not being critical. She's being committed to your growth. Now, let's be honest, being challenged doesn't always feel good. It pokes at your ego. It makes you defensive. It's easier to surround yourself with people who praise you no matter what, who let you stay in your comfort zone, who say, you're fine just the way you are. But the woman who wants you badly, she's not here to let you coast. She's here to elevate you. She loves you in a way that's raw, real, and relentless because she knows you can be more. She'll call you out when you're making excuses. She'll push back when you're running from your potential. She won't let you hide behind fear or laziness or comfort. And that might frustrate you at times. It might even scare you because part of us wants to be accepted as we are, and we should be. But another part of us needs to be reminded of who we could become. And she knows that, so she becomes that mirror. The one that reflects not just where you are, but who you're meant to be. Remember this, real love doesn't leave you where it found you. Real desire doesn't admire you from afar. It steps into the fire with you. It walks beside you as you rise and stumble and rise again. That's the kind of woman who challenges you. She doesn't just love the version of you that shows up now. She's captivated by the man you're still becoming. And that means she'll be honest with you. Brutally, if necessary, she'll tell you when you're playing it safe. She'll encourage you to speak your truth when it's easier to stay silent. She'll remind you to keep promises to yourself, to stay committed to your goals, to honor your discipline, to fight for your vision even when the world tells you to give up. Not because she's trying to control you, but because she sees your greatness before you do. That's not control, that's devotion, that's belief in motion. She wants you to win, not just with her, but in life. She wants your heart strong, your spirit awake, your mind sharp. She wants to stand beside a man who owns his power, not hides from it. That's what her challenge is, rooted in vision. She doesn't see just your now, she sees your next. And that is a powerful kind of love. Think about it. Think about the time she's challenged you and you resisted. Maybe you got defensive. Maybe you felt misunderstood. But later, maybe days, weeks, months down the line, you realized she was right. You realized she was pushing you towards something you needed. And even though it was uncomfortable, it left you better, stronger, clearer. That's not by accident. That's because she's emotionally invested in your evolution. She doesn't want a fantasy. She doesn't want just the easy parts of you. She wants all of you, and that includes the man you haven't even met yet. So if you find yourself with a woman who challenges you, don't pull away. Lean in, listen, reflect. Ask yourself what she sees that maybe you've been afraid to admit. Growth hurts. Change is uncomfortable. But that's the price of becoming something greater. And she's willing to pay that price with you. Because when she challenges you, what she's really saying is, I believe in you. I'm not going anywhere, and I want you so badly that I won't accept anything less than your highest self. That's rare. That's powerful. And that's love, not just in words, but in action. So the next time she calls you out, thank her. The next time she pushes you to be better, see it for what it is, a sacred sign of how deeply she wants you. Not just the man you are, but the man you are destined to become. That's not just love. That's translated to there's a silence louder than words. A gaze that speaks before the lips move. A presence so focused, so unwavering that it stops time. When a woman wants you badly, you will feel it not in the noise she makes, but in the quiet, electric weight of her attention. Her focus becomes a signal, clear, strong, impossible to misread if you have the courage to look back. We live in a distracted world. People's eyes are on their screens, their minds on their pasts, their attention scattered in 100 different directions. So when someone gives you their full, undivided attention, in a room filled with noise and temptation, that is no small thing. That is reverence. That is longing. That is someone who has seen everything else and still chooses to see you. It begins with her eyes. Watch them. Her gaze doesn't flinch, doesn't stray. It holds you like it's trying to memorize you. Not just your face, but your essence. There's something magnetic in the way she looks at you when you speak, like you're not just someone in her life, but someone who matters in a way she doesn't quite know how to explain. Her eyes are not scanning the room. They're not darting toward her phone. They're on you. Fully. And that's how you know you've captured something in her spirit. But it's not just about eye contact, it's in the energy. You feel it when she leans in a little closer unconsciously, just to be near you. It's in the way she listens, not to reply, but to understand. She's not waiting for her turn to talk. She's soaking you in. She remembers the details you forgot you even shared. The story you told in passing, she recalls it. The random favorite song, the way you take your coffee, the slight change in your tone when you're tired, she picks up on it all. That's not coincidence. That's not politeness. That's attention. And attention is one of the purest signs of desire. Because attention takes effort, it takes present, and when she wants you, truly wants you, she offers you both, not to impress you, but because her heart, her mind, her soul are already locked in. Desire sharpens focus, love deepens it, and when the two meet, that's when you get intensity like this. Sometimes intensity will feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable, especially if you spent most of your life with people who only gave you fragments of themselves, who made you feel like you were always competing for their time or space or interest. So when someone offers you undivided, intentional attention, it can feel like too much. You might even doubt it, question it, ask, why me? But the truth is, when a woman wants you badly, she doesn't divide her focus. She doesn't entertain distractions. Her energy, her awareness, her interest. It becomes centered around you, not an obsession, but in clarity. She's not casing everyone. She's choosing you. And that is a sacred kind of intimacy. Attention is a currency. And in relationships, it might be the most valuable one. Anyone can buy gifts. Anyone can send flowers or say sweet words. But to sit with someone, to be with them fully, completely, no phone, no clock, no rush, that's rare. That's real. And if she gives that to you, it's because you've awakened something in her that can't be faked or forced. Look at how she orients herself toward you. Does she make space for your voice? Does she stay curious about your dreams, your fears, your growth? Does she ask questions not because she has to, but because she wants to know what moves your soul? That kind of attention is not performative, it's instinctual, and it only comes from someone who is emotionally invested in you on a deep level. But here's something to remember, attention is also responsibility. When someone offers you their full, honest focus, the question becomes, what will you do with it? Will you notice it? Will you honor it? Or will you overlook it because it's not loud? Not dramatic, not the kind of love you're used to. The truth is, real desire doesn't always come dressed in drama. Sometimes it comes in the way she never misses the sound of your voice. In the way she finishes your sentences because she's listened to you closely. In the way she mirrors your energy, your cadence, your mood, because her spirit is attuned to yours. That is what it means to want someone, not just with your body, but with your full awareness. And when a woman gives you that, hold it, respect it, because that level of attention is not common, it's not cheap, it's not transactional. It's the result of something inside her saying, he matters, he is worth watching, worth knowing, worth staying present for. In a world that's half checked out, distracted, always chasing the next best thing, this kind of attention is revolutionary. And if she gives it to you, it's because her heart has already whispered what her words haven't said yet. I want you. There's a kind of desire that doesn't scream, doesn't chase, and doesn't beg, but it fights. It stands tall in silence. It makes its presence known not with fireworks, but with unwavering commitment, quiet resilience, and fierce loyalty. When a woman wants you badly, one of the clearest signs isn't in how loudly she loves you. It's in how hard she's willing to fight for you. And this fight, it doesn't always look like what you expect. It's not reckless or chaotic. It's not jealousy or possession. It's deeper than that. It's in the battle she wages quietly behind the scenes. It's in the choice she makes again and again to stay, to try, to believe, even when life throws storms your way, even when things get messy. Even when it would be easier to walk away, because real desire doesn't back down, it digs in. Think about what it means for someone to choose you when things are hard, when misunderstandings arise, when distance grows, when fears get loud. When the world says, let go, and she says, no, I'm still here, that's not weakness, that's not dependency, that's devotion. That's what it means to fight for someone, not because you need them, but because you want them, fully and fearlessly. A woman who wants you badly will fight for your space in her world, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. She will not treat you as disposable. She will not take your presence for granted. She will not let others diminish what you share. Instead, she will protect it, nurture it, guard it like something sacred, because to her it is. This kind of fight often happens in moments you'll never even see. The times she defends you in conversations where you're not present, the way she stands up to judgment from others, the decisions she makes to prioritize you. Even when it costs her time, comfort, or ego, the moment she swallows her pride, not because she's weak, but because she knows that we matters more than me. When a woman wants you badly, she fights through her own fears too. The fear of vulnerability, the fear of being hurt, the fear of losing control. She lets those fears rise and then chooses love anyway. That takes courage. That takes strength most people never talk about. Desire like this isn't passive. It's not about waiting and hoping. It's about choosing fiercely, actively, and repeatedly. She doesn't sit on the sidelines watching the relationship unfold. She shows up, she invests, she speaks when something's off. She apologizes when she's wrong. She works to understand. She leans into the discomfort. She fights for clarity, for peace, for connection, because you are worth it to her. And the fight doesn't always look like grand gestures or dramatic confrontations. Sometimes it's just the way she keeps showing up, the way she still texts you good morning after a hard night, the way she reaches for your hand during silence, the way she holds space for your flaws, your mess, your growth. That's not just love, that's war. Waged with tenderness and loyalty instead of weapons. There's an old truth: the strongest hearts fight the quietest battles. And if she wants you deeply, you'll see that strength in the way she holds the relationship steady, even when it shakes. In the way she listens, in the way she chooses you over and over without needing to be convinced. She doesn't fight for attention. She fights for connection. She doesn't compete with other women because she knows who she is and she knows what you mean to her. She doesn't cling out of fear. She stands firm out of faith. Faith in you. Faith in what you can build. Faith in a love that's bigger than momentary struggles. You have to understand what that means, the weight of that kind of loyalty. In a world where so many people walk away at the first sign of difficulty, she is a rare breed. She's not just saying, "I want you." She's proving it. She's showing you that her heart doesn't just beat for you, it fights for you. And you may not always notice it right away. You may mistake her silence for indifference or her calm for distance. But look closer, listen deeper. Her loyalty is loud if you know how to hear it. Her presence is powerful if you know what to feel. And her fight, that beautiful, steadfast, unshakable fight, is the truest sign that she wants you in ways that go beyond the physical, beyond the romantic, beyond the moment. Because the woman who wants you badly will never fight with you more than she fights for you. She will never let anger outweigh connection. She will never let ego get in the way of intimacy. And she will never ever give up on something worth building just because it takes work. So if you have a woman like this in your life, honor her. Recognize the power in her quiet commitment. See the courage in the way she loves you, not with ease, but with effort. And understand this: when she fights for you, it's not because she has to. It's because in her soul, she knows you're worth every battle. So here we are at the end of this journey. But really, it's just the beginning. You've learned to see beyond the surface, beyond the words, and into the heart of what it means to want someone badly. This isn't about games or guessing. It's about truth, courage, and connection. Remember, desire is not a fleeting feeling. It's a force that moves mountains inside us. When she wants you badly, she will show up in ways that challenge you, inspire you, and transform you. She will make you feel seen and valued in ways you never thought possible. Now, I ask you to take this understanding and step forward with courage. Be present. Be honest. Challenge yourself and those you care about. Give your full attention and be worthy of their fight. Because when someone wants you badly, it's one of life's greatest gifts. And when you recognize it, you must honor it by showing up fully, loving fiercely, and never letting it slip away. You are worthy of that kind of desire. You are ready for that kind of connection. And that, my friend, is the power of being wanted badly.